Super sound old as hell.
Old Man Mars. Sitting down.
For real.
Here we go.
Something light, something light, something light. Here we are.
After hooping, working out,
Back again.
all of that. Just the actual podcast
Man.
video. Now we're doing something light.
Here
It's
we
been
are.
a very eventful day.
Yeah, we've been active. We've been in these streets.
I've been on the basketball court.
Getting busy.
And he's been in these streets doing God knows what.
The
Making
streets
money.
is the basketball
Making
court. Streets, courts, yeah, all that.
Whatever, bro.
So what we getting into on something like today?
Falls upon us.
Oh yeah, wow. That's a great topic,
Balls
bro.
upon us.
Great
I was
topic.
telling Mars, I was like, bro, I don't feel like it got this cold earlier.
Nah.
Oh nah, yeah.
Cold, right?
This cold, how it is. Honestly, this is fake fall though. Like, cause I
Yeah.
already feel it getting hot again. But this cold right here would be like October, like
Nah,
end
bro,
of October.
It's genuinely cold, bro. It's 50 degrees this morning.
Yeah.
It is,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's still supposed to like keep on warming back up. Like over the next couple of weeks, it's gonna be in the 80s, like
I bet.
next week or something.
We'll see.
So
we'll see how it
like,
goes, though. You know, after that week.
but I'm not mad though. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, it being cooler earlier is great for
definitely a
everything.
good
Great for the
thing.
environment.
Yeah.
Great for the
Yeah.
world.
Great
Like,
for the environment.
no, for real. Like reversing the effects of what's that shit called? Global warming. Yeah.
What's that shit called?
Reversing the effects of global
Completely
warming. Like, I'm all for it, baby. Yeah.
It's only colder here. We don't know if the world is colder.
I mean, I think the world is colder. Like, just imagine how good it's gonna feel over there in fucking Greece and London in October.
when you guys are
Like,
going, yeah.
it's gonna feel amazing.
I think it's
Like
gonna be
top
great.
tier.
In other news, our boy Levi here is a shoe connoisseur, and he took several L's this week. His pain is
Big L. That's why his name
it's-
is Levi.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not
wow.
Levi. It's not
Wow.
Levi.
Yo,
Wow.
these niggas took so many L's. He was going crazy. He had
I
he had to
was
buy
upset.
something, so he bought a pair of loafers for $400.
Oh wow! Just put me out there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then you know, Black Stop and Weber, you know, best loafers in the world.
Black owned brand.
You
So
know,
shout out to them.
exactly.
Fire.
Commend them.
I had to
Yeah.
get something, but after what the L's on the Sean Witherspoons, I had the L's on the Orchards, on the NMDs.
Can we name this one L stand
But,
for
like,
Levi?
you know,
L stands for Levi. Yeah, I got you.
Dang.
Something like L stands for Levi.
He's so like calm right now, but earlier
I was
No,
yeah.
he
I
was yelling.
heated.
He
I
was yelling.
Gotta
Like,
pipe him down.
The mic would be spiking right now if he was talking how he was talking before.
Like-
This nigga was going crazy.
But I'm
over
not
these
too mad
sneakers.
about the knit runners. But you know, everybody.
Yeah, I
talked
wasn't
about
too-
that. So
I wasn't too mad about
Yeah.
that. I was mad I woke up for it to try to get them.
I
But
at 8
wake up.
o'clock.
I always feel like I told you before, I always feel like when they show off or introduce a new silhouette, it's like a fake drop. It's like a
yeah, no,
low,
for real.
limited as fuck just to keep the hype.
And I didn't really
not
want that
more
colorway anyway. So I mean, it was cool.
I was
it was cool,
I
but
was cool on it. I liked
How'd you
it.
guys feel
I
about
would've sold it,
Did
so.
you hear the Smino and Reggie song yet?
I didn't. Nah, not yet.
So I feel like that's a big introduction for Reggie, bro, to like a bigger crowd. And
Yeah,
people
no,
can
for real.
compare him
For a new
somewhat
crowd,
to
yeah.
Smino,
Okay.
So yeah, shout out to Reggie for that. Smino.
And I feel like
I
it
think they have a
fits.
true connection too. Like
Yeah.
they've been actually friends for a while. This
Yeah.
is just the first time they've shown their work.
yeah, that song was made in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Fire.
And I liked this part on there, like when the part that he had for the video. I don't know if that was his verse or just like a little hook, because they kind of went back and forth
Yeah,
a little bit
I
on
like
there.
the second half when he was rapping versus the first. The second
Yeah,
half,
he said he's not gonna be rapping on any of his new shit.
"Oh really?
Who
Yeah.
did? Who, like,
Reggie.
Oh wow.
That-
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
interesting."
I guess he's gonna go more for the
R&B?
soulful
Oh,
R&B
yeah.
type of thing.
All right.
But everybody likes. I mean, his hit. That's him rapping, singing. But I guess he just
Which
wants
one?
to- Just don't hurt me. They hurt me.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely think it's his hit. Which is nice.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
That's his biggest song.
Yeah.
Yeah. A really good song too. Like, he's versatile. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do with his project. I think that's what he's gearing up to do, drop a project. But whatever it is, I'll be listening. I'll be tuning in.
Have you guys listened to Lil Sims yet? Their project.
Nah,
That
not
one,
yet.
yeah.
I heard a little bit of it on.
Yeah, I think Lil Sims is like extremely fire. I've been keeping up with.
Fantano get that shit at 8.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't watch
I
that.
think it was an 8. Maybe it been a
I
7,
didn't
but
watch
I think
that
it was an
review,
8.
but most of the work I hear, it's up there, man. It's really nice.
good.
Yeah.
Very well put together. Very well put together. So.
Yeah, she's
One
solid.
thing-
Like, she's really solid. And,
Shout out to
and she's also another one who's, like, versatile, but more so
Extremely.
in a project basis. Because,
Yeah,
like,
extremely.
that's what Fantano was saying. And I went back and listened to some of her projects. But, like, she has a project where it's more like experimental, and then a project where it's more like rapish, and then now this one where it's a little bit more of a blend of the experimental and the rap. So
how do you guys feel about Coyle Ray's new hit?
Oh,
which one?
Oh yeah,
the TikTok viral sensation. She's 2-0 right now.
I was feeling it. I've been feeling it.
You like the song?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I was feeling it. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It just.
He made it so. I don't like it.
I mean, yeah, like nothing against her. Like the challenges, I hear it every day. But
you know what's
it's just
crazy?
like,
Shout out to my TikTok. Deadass. Shout out to my TikTok. I never see challenges.
Oh wow.
Like, it wasn't until JoJo showed me like, yo, this is like another Koi challenge. I was like, huh? I didn't even know this was like her song or anything. It wasn't until I had to dive in. I'm like, bro, I never see challenges on my TikTok, and I'm so happy for that. Now watch I get home.
Some challenges gonna
But anyway,
like
I am extremely happy for that. Like I don't see it. I see a whole bunch of how to do DIYs and which is getting so annoying.
I see all that shit. Too,
I went from nothing to something in 3 to 5 months. Start your brand.
That type of deal.
That's all I see.
Oh yeah, I hate those. Like sign up for my class. This, that, and the third.
Yeah,
it's just like, bro, I'm not about
like
to
damn.
pay
TikTok,
you.
you know I'm trying to learn, but fuck, like show me something else.
Have you guys? I don't know if it's like how new it is, but I recently saw like on Apple Music they're doing moving album covers now.
Oh yeah, there was. I think they were supposed to start that.
Doing that.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to start that earlier this year.
But that was like the Spotify's been doing like the little
More
clips,
videos, yeah.
But with Apple Music,
And like the actual art.
Actual art is
I
like
seen that,
moving.
I seen something about it earlier this year, but I've seen Spotify play around with that too as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've seen that on Spotify before with the cover.
Like I saw like the pregnant emojis on CLB or like
CLB.
blinking.
So what's you guys' review of Squid Games? Have anyone watched it?
I ain't watched it yet.
Not yet.
It's cool. Like we talked about earlier, I give it like a 7.5.
I didn't really plan on watching it, but I feel like I have to now.
I'm not completely done with it, and this is the reason why I brought that up to transition to exactly what you just said. So I passed on the NBA YoungBoy album, and I'm passing on a lot of things that I just feel like it's just not my cup of tea. There's nothing wrong with it though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it could be a great album, but I'm just like he's never really gravitated to me. I've never gravitated to him. I'm just okay on it, and that's how I felt on the Squid Games, and I'm still watching, but like. You know, sitting with my girl shows and watch Netflix to watch something. So I'm like, all right, cool. And which is working greatly for Netflix, by the way. It's whatever on the top 10 just has to be watched. And I feel like that's so annoying.
No, for real.
And that's what I loved about Netflix was having to scroll like, yo, Mars, did you find out about this show?
Yeah.
Did you know about this? And now it's just like whatever is a top 10.
Everybody.
It's the thing about Netflix. Like now, more than before, like everything on that top 10 looks like, oh, this looks kind of good. Like this cover, it looks interesting. Name is interesting.
Yeah.
Like the
but
concept
it's also,
is
like,
interesting.
Still the same though.
But then
more or less.
I don't think so.
No, I'm saying like the content.
What you mean?
Like I'm just saying like some of the stuff
I haven't heard
like
or
the
seen
quality
nobody.
of it.
Like just like the stuff that are that's reaching the top 10 is like the same type of stuff.
Definitely not. Wait. Okay, are you saying the same stuff that's hitting the top 10 on Netflix were the same things that were good that we're referring to earlier? Like earlier in Netflix days?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
so.
Like I'm saying like you're seeing the same type of content reach the same top
because
10.
I'm not sure, you know, everybody has a different Netflix depending on what you like.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Netflix that me and Mars and of course we're like indie horrors, let's make that clearly by what we're saying.
He said that I didn't.
Bro, if we're give in the comments.
I'm an indie filmmaker, cinematographer.
Okay.
I am no man's whore.
I'm an indie horror. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You feel me? But hear me out. I just feel like this is just me. Like I said, this shit is made to your taste. You know, it's trying to figure you out or whatever. I just feel like when I was watching Netflix earlier, I was always trying to watch something new, and I was into a lot of foreign shit. I like this show called Lamont, if I'm not mistaken, and I liked Money Heist really early on.
I heard about Lamont,
and no one was fucking with it. And I remember telling Mars, I was like, bro, Overseas is killing it on Netflix. This was like 2017, maybe 2018. I was like, yo, Overseas is killing it. They had this show about a bounty killer trying to kill this dude that set the bounty on himself, but ended up falling for this girl. So he wants to take away the bounty. He has to end up having to kill the bounty killer.
It was a show?
It was a movie. Mars knows what I'm talking about. He ended up watching it too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, was it not the was it like the I'll kill you something
like that. Like
yeah, it was one of those like quirky titles.
Yeah, and it was nice. And there was a lot of shows and movies kind of like that on Netflix where it's like you could tell this is really nice. You give them a budget, it'll probably be great. And that's why I loved Netflix. I kept saying like Netflix to me will always stay around because I think they have a really great growing indie base. But now I feel like it's just like they fuck that. It's just
Yeah.
blockbusters. Like you said, everything is on that top 10 is greatly filmed, and nothing's wrong with that. By the way, nothing's wrong with that. It's just I just want some type of medium because honestly, when I think of cinematics, I go to HBO Max. Honestly,
But then again, I don't really feel like they did. They weren't so heavy on the top 10s back then.
no, it wasn't.
Like,
The
it-
top
yeah,
10
it was
thing
just
is
like categories.
fairly recent, 2 years now. So
Like
it
shit
was
for you. Like it was literally just shit for you.
No, it was shit for you and trending. That was it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
never like this. Is
Even
the actual top
trending, I
10.
feel like it's pretty new. Like
I don't think it's that
not
new.
super new, but it wasn't like when we was first watching Netflix. I don't remember ever seeing no trending shit.
It was always suggested for you. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah, just that,
watched,
just
or
that.
because you've watched this.
The one thing I do like is their new fucking feature where you can do just like shuffle through
play
shows.
anything, play
I found
anything.
some gems through that shuffling shit.
Really?
Yeah,
Fire,
yeah.
fire. Okay, I'm gonna
Like,
check that out.
Yeah,
I
for
forgot what it was. Like it was the first show that it landed on, and I think I told you about the show, but I can't remember.
I need some Netflix recommendations.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was literally the first show that it landed on. It shuffled through to it. I was just like, this is
Some way,
hard.
somehow, I'm not gonna suggest my other idea because I think it's genius. But there needs to be a history on Netflix.
Like what
It's-
you watched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything that you watch. They're tracking it anyway. Why isn't it there?
Isn't that not like your continue watching?
No. If you finished it, I want from the time I've paid you my $10 whatever amount, and the time that I've stopped, I want to know everything I've watched. Like
That makes
Spotify
sense,
gives
yeah.
you how much you listen to, what you listen
At the-
to, all that
yeah,
at the end of the year.
yeah.
I want that from Netflix because a lot of good stuff that we watched or kind of forgot about. You
Yeah,
wanna
yeah.
look at it, like, oh shit.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
true.
I mean?
That's
and then
definitely
you
true.
can
I did love this.
Yo, hear me out. Get me in a room. And then you make that a list and you can be able to
Yeah.
share it to your other friends, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I don't understand
Yeah.
why they wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. That's actually genius. Come on,
That's a
man.
great idea.
Like I'm on fire.
They're
Speaking
never
of
gonna
watching
do that.
Stuff,
I think they will do that, but I mean, not no time soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they will. I think so.
I was just gonna say I recently watched the rewatched the Matrix trilogy this
Oh
week.
really?
Yeah,
Fire,
and just
fire.
kind of getting patient, getting ready for like the.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
I've been
guess,
doing
like,
I've been
to
doing a lot
refresh.
of like rewatching lately. Like mainly anime rewatching, but just like rewatching the shows and like episodes and stuff cuz there hasn't been a lot of like new stuff that's impressed upon me, but Succession, you watch Succession?
Nah.
On HBO Max? HBO Max?
Watch it.
It's a good show.
Got you.
It's a good show.
I've been oddly enough, I've been watching shit that I know I would normally watch. Wouldn't ever normally watch, like funny, lighthearted shit. Like I'd just be like, why am I even watching this?
I'm becoming like a horror like person. Like
I went through my
doing-
horror phase.
I'm going through
Really?
like I'm wanting to like find more stuff that's like actually good.
See,
So,
I
like,
can't even
I'm
do
going through that right
a lot
now.
with the horror shit because the horror shit is never really all that great
Yeah, like,
to me.
Mars's laptop is dying and Mars's phone is dying. So let's see how long we got.
I would just
like-
plug it up. Hold on, and we're gonna back. All right, cool.
Horror.
Oh yeah, horror. Yeah, I can't get into the horror genre because there's so much of that shit is just it's just really hard to like a lot
because
of it, it's not good.
Yeah, none of
Like,
it. Not a lot of
it's-
it is good.
Horror, I think to me is the hardest thing to make a good horror movie, like an actual horror movie. And I was talking to Adonica about this
Yeah.
because it's like with horror, you kind of have to. It's the only genre where you kind of have to be like real, but also like a little bit more of the fantasy aspect to
Yeah,
it. Like you
yeah.
really have to toe that line to make a good horror film
Yeah.
because it's like. If it's just like real life stuff, then it's not really horror. It's like thriller.
Yeah.
But then you get when you try to add in that element of like, oh, this could never happen. That kind of takes away
Yeah.
a little bit of the okay, this is actually scary because
Yeah.
we know this isn't ever gonna
never
happen.
happened, yeah.
But like when you can kind of like bridge it and make it like, oh well, this may never happen, but it's scary enough to where like I feel like it might be real.
I think horror and comedies are like the two hardest genres to really nail.
Yeah, I edge horror out on top of comedy, but
feel
yeah.
I think we're kind of hard on horror because of how we're into cinematography and video. I don't think it's hard to do for the masses. Honestly, there's a lot of good. Let me say that. A lot of people is titled and given the stars and the love to a lot of very okay, if not trash horror.
Yeah.
Once
Well-
you got like 2-3 jump scares and a little bit of like blood, like it's like, oh my god.
A lot of people have like their favorite horror movies, but like when you ask someone like their favorite movies overall, it's usually not like a horror movie in that favorites
Yeah.
or in like the tops.
Okay.
Like
okay.
in an overall
So
scheme.
that's a really good point. I don't know if horror has ever hit the peak of kind of like how like a Dark Knight or a Christopher Nolan type a film where
I
it's
can't
like
wait.
where it's kind of like I would say Get Out, but that's not too much of horror to me. But
Yeah, Get Out is more thriller
Yeah.
than it is
But that's
horror.
not what
Real
I'm
life,
saying.
yeah.
But when it comes to horror, who's like a horror director that wants to push that just that? It's usually always a fusion.
Yeah.
Like even like you said,
Benicio del
Get Out,
Toro.
Jordan Peele is always a fusion. Even there's
Yeah.
some dark comedies
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But I love dark comedies. I mean, I feel like I love it due to the fusion of the dark side. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know too much about the genre just to cast that upon it. But I do believe usually when horrors are good, it's a lot of mixtures into it. But that shouldn't take away from it being horror, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people don't really like a lot of new horrors. It's always like the classics, like the Poltergeist or Blair Witch Trials and shit like that.
And, like
But-
The Exorcist. And all that.
yeah. But like I've seen horror movies that I like where I liked them, but it wasn't for what it was for. It wasn't for
Yeah.
the horror. Like
Yeah.
it didn't scare me. I guess that's the thing. Like there's not a lot of horrors that
The
people
ones
are
that
like
I
really
liked has
scared
been
of.
in
I'm listening to all of you guys. I just really can't forget. I can't believe I forgot to have money on that game. And we won. Like, I'm just going crazy right now. I'm thinking what the fuck I want to eat. Like,
I was just gonna say that some of the ones that I've
Food on you?
liked that's recent is the Insidious series.
oh,
Yeah,
but
Insidious was actually kind of
Yeah.
scary.
I don't.
Yeah.
You really consider? I consider that more. I don't know, thriller. That's what I was about to say. I like Insidious
See,
too.
Yeah.
see, the reason why it is horror is because it has like
Paranormal.
that ghost, that
Yeah.
paranormal
Yeah.
part of it, like that.
Yeah.
That makes it a horror versus
I'll
a
never gonna
thriller.
forget my like 2014, 2013. I don't know why. I don't remember how old I was, but I'm never gonna forget. I had my Dell computer and Let Me Watch This was going fucking crazy. Shout out to Let Me Watch This, and I just watched mad horror films all day. And when night came, turned my laptop off.
Yeah.
I watched everything throughout the day. Everything. Honestly, my top. What's in my top 20? I'll put Orphan in there. I loved Orphan.
Oh, Orphan. Orphan's
Yeah.
a good one.
Which
Movie-
one? The original
movie,
one or
because
the newer one?
Nah, no, I didn't watch the original.
Okay.
And then there's
What would that be
Netflix.
considered? Is that not horror?
The Orphan?
It's
It's labeled as a horror though.
Yeah.
It is gonna be labeled as a horror.
I was just about to bring up the Haunting of Bly Manor, Haunting of Hill House series that's on Netflix. Those are those I like those.
Yeah.
I also
they were
enjoyed the most recent Conjuring movie that came out. Devil Made Me Do It, but nobody really like fucked with me on that.
I didn't. I don't think I saw that one. I don't think I saw that.
You fucked with me on that.
Yeah,
I can't remember though. But yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, it's not scary.
See, the Orphan is a good example of like that balance of like real, like yeah, that could really happen, but it's like it's far fetched to the point where it's like, it's got that paranormal esque thing to it, but it could definitely happen. Like they had this one
They're supposed to
movie
be doing
on.
another one. Did you know that?
Yeah, this is technically a sequel. Yeah, there's supposed to be another one to end this.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, not a sequel to whatever.
Have y'all seen The Ritual on Netflix?
I have
I
not.
didn't think it was all that. You thought it was scary?
I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good. It reminded me of like a more mainstream version of The Witch.
And
You seen The Witch?
It is considered a horror slash thriller.
Yeah.
Orphan.
You seen The Witch? Yeah.
You know, like I agree with you in the sense of reality slash kind of like.
That's
pushing
Robert
lines.
Eggers, right?
But to this day, my
The
favorite.
Witch, Robert Eggers.
Yeah, I think so.
My favorite movie. Actually, no, I think I count as that. I just thought about that.
What?
It's like no one's favorite movie has a horror in it. What is The Strangers? The Strangers are definitely my top 20. The first one.
Strangers is definitely a thriller.
So no horror? Or doesn't matter? Like it can't be.
That's the one where they.
I mean, it might be a fusion, but it is more of a thriller than it is like a horror.
The Strangers
movie.
is the one where they
The
have
original
the
Strangers,
mask
at
and they
least.
all walked
Yeah,
up into the
yeah.
house.
Strangers is great.
Alright.
Yeah, Strangers is great.
Horror thriller. You're right. Hour and 31 minutes. Got
Yeah.
6.2 on IMDb.
What's that A24 movie with that's the
Hereditary.
Hereditary? Yeah. See that's a horror because it's like, and that was really like well done.
Yeah.
Just because like what you about to say?
I was just gonna say Hereditary and
Insidious?
Midsummer.
Midsummer. Yeah.
Uh,
Mama. 2013. What do you guys
I'm
think?
about to drop this.
Oh
No?
no, that shit sucked.
No, I know. That's what I was gonna say. It was
okay.
bring up, like
Oh, okay.
just
Yeah.
that fact
Yeah.
that everybody. No.
That shit was trash. That shit was absolute
I
trash.
feel like we're gonna see what Jordan Peele does. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be a fusion, and I'm not just saying that because Jordan Peele is killing it right now. But I believe in him and Monkey what?
Monkey Paw.
Yeah, Monkey Paw. The production studio, correct?
Oh,
Yeah.
the-
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what happens from that. But yeah, horror doesn't get enough credit. But I can't really speak on it. I don't know the history.
Yeah.
If anyone even pushed it to the point that where it's at now, you know.
I
So
really feel like fucking the same dude from Hereditary and Midsummer. His name is Ari Aster. I feel like he does horror like really well for like new age, but
Yeah,
also
for
in the
sure.
same kind of like old style, like of fucking what's the movie where he's in the house? Dang, it's Jack Nicholson.
Is it Shining?
Yeah, The Shining.
I
Like
watched Doctor Sleep.
yeah, it's kind of like what?
what's that one film with Brian that you made? You didn't make me watch, but you said that. Did Jake Gyllenhaal in that one? No, bro from Wolverine.
Hugh
Hugh Jackman.
That one, the one he got.
Prisoners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
That's
Just
Thriller.
Just
Yeah,
Thriller?
yeah, that's
Thriller,
just
yeah.
No
Thriller.
horror? Really?
Yeah, that's just
I'm
Thriller.
gonna look that up.
That's Thriller. That's definitely
Nothing else?
Thriller.
I was just about to
Like,
bring up the fact that
nah.
have you
Yeah,
watched?
you seen
have you watched?
Oh, I was about to say. I feel like
Yeah.
not a lot of
But
people
I-
know about that movie.
yeah,
So
You
I-
haven't seen Prisoners?
No, I
I'll
haven't.
go home and watch that
All
right
right.
now. Like that's an amazing movie.
I was just gonna bring
But
up
it
the
is
fact that
definitely
like I
Thriller.
watched Doctor Sleep and that was a continuation. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I didn't like it like
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah.
it wasn't playing off The Shining being a horror, and then that kind of coming.
Yeah,
in
it
and
went
not-
way into the like fantasy aspect
Yeah.
of The Shining, and I was just like, oh, like this person has The Shining, that
Yeah.
person has The Shining. Like we didn't care about that. We cared
What-
about how The Shining made this nigga go crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you guys think is going to be the next big thing with movies? Like right now, like we're seeing like the superheroes thing. Like Pirates movies came and went, and then like the superheroes are like kind of here right now.
I mean,
Like, what do you
superheroes
think?
are never going.
Like, but
anywhere.
as far
No,
as
he's right. I mean, I think B said this earlier. I think we're gonna see a lot of adaptations to superhero movies and a lot of spin-off, a lot of like a lot of things kind of making their own somewhat of a superhero, but not
Okay.
really. Like what's I'm thinking about Will Smith movie right now.
What?
The
Which
Will
one?
Smith was a kind of a superhero, not
Hancock?
I think
Hank,
we'll start seeing those with a lot of superheroes and situations going on, but very star-led, like top-notch actors.
oh,
Yeah.
got
Shit,
you,
like,
Yeah.
got you.
like real deal actors. So we'll see. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's gonna be a thing, and I think we're gonna see a whole new thing that stands of like Netflix. Like there's gonna be a complete line of like celebrity status Netflix.
Oh,
actors
got you.
and celebrity status.
It's like,
movie
like
actors.
yeah, cinema, yeah,
I'm not just saying Netflix. I'm saying streaming services in general.
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, that's a good one.
We'll
That's a
see.
good
I mean, I'm not really too sure.
I want to see
Movie-
what comes after, though. You know what direction is gonna go and what's actually happening.
I mean, I just think it's gonna be more fantasy like. Well, I don't want to be specific on fantasy. Robert Pattinson and Batman, you would have never said that 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I honestly still can't believe it. Like, just look what I'm
And
saying.
and people are actually
Why,
excited.
Robert Pattinson is
Yeah.
playing. You just can't believe it.
And
Like,
people
you
are
feel me? So I
actually
just feel
excited,
like-
yeah.
And that's what I mean by fantasy. Like, it's like your favorite teenage crush is being a dark
Yeah.
film, you know? And
Yeah.
at that playing the Batman, you know? So I just want to be clear what I meant by fantasy. Like, it's going to be very loose things going on to make a dramatic effect. And I feel like that was extremely loose. You'd have never thought such a thing. Like, that makes me believe fucking... I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. That's a real bit of a reach, but it just makes me believe anybody can end up in one of these superhero films, and it has a good chance of being good. They're gonna make their hardest. It can go bad, but they're
Yeah,
gonna
make
mean,
it do their best.
Especially
for
for
sure.
like Robert Pattinson, like I know a lot of people didn't keep up with his in between movies, but
Yeah, he was on indie shit for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
he
sure.
was doing a lot of indie shit, and it was
Serious ass shit.
and it was really
Yeah, it was
some
good.
good shit. Like yeah,
I'm not saying he didn't
fucking,
work for it at all. All I'm saying is I just feel like
I think there was a movie, Good Times. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, where he was like him and his brother like robs the bank or something.
Oh yeah,
like
actually I
that.
did see that. Yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah,
I did.
That one was interesting. I would say.
Yeah, I just know we go back 5-7 years from now, or in the past, you would definitely never say Robert Pattinson. Yeah, you're joking with me. You feel me? Nobody would have done that. You know, so it's definitely making the steps forward, if you want to say. In the sense of cinematography, I'm interested to see how they progress how we watch movies, and what I mean by that, because cinematography looks great streaming services already. You know,
Yeah.
actual directors and cinematographers like, oh my god, this could be better. You know, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be, but. A lot like Mars told me this. I think he said on the podcast before. Limited series on especially HBO Max looks fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You feel me? So it's like if
'Cause-
that's looking that great,
and it really-
you know
yeah.
movies might
Yeah.
be. You feel me?
Yeah, it really works because it's like you don't have to keep the show going forever. You could really put all your energy into like 6 episodes, and make it look like a movie. That's the thing that we talked about it, like how shows on like streaming services, they don't look like shows on TV how they used to look. They look like fucking little short versions of movies, like sets and all of that, like angles, shots, all that kind of stuff is crazy. I really like how and I hope Marvel keeps going more, like how they're getting really like good directors to direct the movies, like the person who directed Nomadland directing the Eternals, the Eternals is gonna look beautiful, like beautiful because Nomadland was a beautiful looking movie, and I kind of want to see that happen more. And then also, like we talked about horror, I kind of feel like horror is, at least in some areas, is making like a kind of turn where it might go up and get better, but it might be less horror, more thriller, but still like